Okay, we're at the Vaal, everybody. Welcome. Hope you're all good. We've got Daryl Marie with us. We're going to talk about Thursday racing. We're on this stand-side track at the Vaal. Some of the races naturally run around the bend, but of those races that are run up the straight, the false rail configuration, the inside is set at 0. The outside, the rail moves out 10 meters or moves in 10 meters. And so by the sounds of things, that's where the starting stalls will be positioned. And it's probable that they're going to end up using most of the inside track. Look forward to a Super Days racing, particularly with Daryl, because he comes off a fantastic win, that horse Theatre of Life that you tipped on the weekend. Congratulations, 7-1 to 3-1.
Did it win?
Well
you,
done.
Clyde.
Aren't you happy with that?
I'm very happy, thank you.
You see, you asked for holy water.
I watched the replay. She won well.
Yeah, you watched the replay. Don't worry. You were part of every move.
Clyde.
Nice to see you back in form again.
Don't discount the hard doors though. We saw with Elegant Ice.
Yes.
Last week. Opening leg of the bar put, I put as many as possible. My perm is quite costly, 384. Would have liked to include number 1 as well, but the comment from the yard was hoping for a good run. If Fabian said expecting a good run, I would have certainly included her. City Lights is obviously the foremost, Clyde, but she's proving very costly to follow. Is it the right race for her? Yes, it is. Work Rider hasn't won in over a year, Clyde.
Oh.
So
that's worrying.
Yeah, a little bit of a worry. I would have liked to have a little bit of confidence from the saddle in saying that you only want to be with Penicillia at the moment. And he's on number 5, Gloria Mundi. She's having her first start for a new yard. I think she's got a chance of Plum Blossom not too far behind City Lights on the incredible Indrani form. And then this filly, Regina Maris, Clyde, you know what? She looks so much better than what her form suggests. In this sort of lineup, don't be surprised to see her run an improved race. I'm just hoping I'll get through. I originally had the field, Clyde.
Okay. Not an easy race, Bipot. So we're going to put the Bipot up. Let's have a look. From Daryl, he's quite nervous about this race. And 2, 4, 5, 6 in the first leg of the Bipot. By 3, 7, 13. By 6 and 9. By 4 and 5. By 2 and 7. By 2, 3, 4 and 6. All right, let's get on to race number 2. It's time for the place accumulator. It's a maiden class field. Fillies and mares over 1,000 meters. And let's have a look at what the Betway market's doing 24 hours before we're recording this on Wednesday. And we've got number 13, She's a Rocket, first timer for the Tony Peter stable, priced up at 18 to 10. Number 7, Milo's Millionaires at 5 to 2, second choice. And number 10, Flying Solo, is trading at 8 to 1, 10 to 1 about number 3, Winter in Paris, and 12 to 1 and better about the other. So of the top 4, 2 of them are unraced.
Yes. Now, Clyde, unfortunately, there's no comment from Tony Peter, but there is a comment from Sean Terry, Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just pull it up. Expecting a good run, and that's number 7, Milo's Millionaire.
Yeah.
Now, you can see in her last start, she actually ran against winners, Clyde.
Mm.
And she was sandwiched between two fillies that have come out and won. Willie Meets Again, won twice.
Yes.
And Far Reaching, won indirectly. Little bit of confidence from the yard, so I think you can expect her to be thereabouts on her return. Number 3 is my second choice of the race runners, Clyde.
Winter in Paris.
Winter in Paris, Diane Stinger's filly. Now, Clyde, what's interesting over here, if you have a look at her comments in the computer form, blowing. So I think this filly comes with her issues, but it's actually her first run over 1,000 meters. And if she's got breathing issues, I think coming back in trip could be in her favor.
Right.
She's having her peak run. In her penultimate start, she didn't have the best draw around the bend. Last time up the straight, she didn't have the best draw. Now she's having her peak run. I think we're going to see improvements on her behalf. So let's see how she goes. Then Tony Peter's filly, number 13, She's a Rocket, the current favorite, fixed odds favorite. It's speed on speed over here. La Roquette, although she won over a mile, she was a decent filly. She was above average. I think she won 5 races from 1,000 meters upwards, and her sire was obviously a sprinter. Watch out if there's any follow through in the market for
Yeah.
her race time supports. If there is, I certainly can see her making a winning debut if she's fancied by the yard. So
Interesting to see what
yes,
can happen with the draw there. Eh?
yeah, let's see how
She's drawn.
let's see how the draw pans out.
Yeah.
But
It's going to tell all.
yeah, I've gone wide in the opening leg.
All right, wide PA first leg, 3, 7, 13, by 6 and 9, by 4 and 5, by 2 and 7, by 2, 3, 4, 6, by 4 and 6, by 2 and 9. Okay, so Bourbon Reserve's the favourite here. I'm just having a look in terms of what Betway are recommending. That's top of the boards. Number 9 on the card from the Sean Terry stable. Craig Zaki is riding that. Again, this particular event is run over a distance of 1,000 metres. So watch the draws of the first 2 races and see how that all played out. Second favourite, number 6, Bus Stop in Hounslow. That form line's worked out pretty well. Is the 3-1 second choice. And number 7, Tiger Storm, is also priced up at 3-1. 12, Quasi Cut is at 4-1, and it's 12-1 and better about the others. Bourbon Reserve and Bus Stop in Hounslow both seem to bring in fair form now. Recent form. Yours, Bus Stop in Hounslow, you've been on it for a few times. Eh?
Yeah, Clyde. Let's just touch on the current favourite, Bourbon. Mr. Sari must have been in a good mood. He's commented once again in the front of the book, expecting a good run. And thank you. We appreciate the comments. Clyde, yeah, he debuted, beaten quite some distance, just over 5 lengths, Clyde. But if you recall, that winner won by 4 lengths. The winner went straight into a Grade 1 gold medallion. That's how highly thought of he is by the stable, Mr. Soma. Had a look at the Dam. The Dam won once over 1,200, Clyde. She's a half sister to Safe Passage. I think there's enough speed over here by what I went out of a Dam that won over 1,200. Expected to go close on his return. Rested and gelded, Clyde. Take note, the tongue tie goes on. That's an equipment change. So yes, he can make a winning return. His biggest rival, and I think you could get away with backing both of them and showing a profit over here, because I do believe it is a two-horse race, is Bus Stop in Hounslow. Now, he's also been gelded, Clyde. This horse has proven very costly to follow in the past.
Yeah.
But if you watch him in his races, he travels so well. And then he just empties out. Looks like he's going to fight out the finish. And then in the latter stages, his run just comes to an end. His best races have been over 1,000 metres, Clyde. So coming back to 1,000, and as a gelding now, I can see him setting the record straight. You know, there are always comments from the Hollywood syndicates, and they say he's got a winning chance. So I believe he's taken his gelding well. Clyde, have a look at those 2 races over. Who?
Blizzard Snow and Good to Great.
Yeah. But have a look at these 2 runs over 1,000 behind Lead the Charge and Karate Kid.
Good enough.
I think he's a big, big danger to the current favourite. Back them both, you'll show a profit, although you're not going to show a big profit. But yes, we'll get through the first.
And no room for the filly that in the race? That also of Mark Carnes? No.
No, not for me today.
No, okay. All right, 6 and 9 for Daryl. He makes it a two-horse race. Pick 6 by 4 and 5, by 2, 4, 7, by 2, 3, 4, 6, by 1, 4, 6, by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Well, Clear the Path had a decent comeback run last time out. Was runner-up to that horse, Dance King. And that was over the 1,600 metres, going 1,700 round the turn at the Vaal. And does appear to be one of the better horses in the race. What a Betway recommending? Well, Dylan's Champ is the right one at 16-10 from a market perspective. Second choice, number 1, Clear the Path at 28-10. Number 9, Mega Hit is 5-1. And 6-1 about number 5, Robert Browning. Dylan's Champ seems to be the kind of horse, Daryl. Needed that last start. Fair effort comeback run as well. Where are you with this race?
I nearly bankered him in all my bets, Clyde. You know, it could be a big week for that Dam. He's a full brother to William Robertson.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see how he goes, Clyde. I watched that replay. You know, in the early parts, things really didn't work out for him. He was caught 3 wide. And I think Gavin would have loved a bit of cover. He had every chance in the straights, and he was right there until the 100 from home, and then he just came up for air. Obviously in need of that run. I think he's a good few lengths better than that, Clyde. But take note, in that race, right? let me get this right. On a line through Ichacha and Dance King, he should have the beating of his biggest rivals over here, and that is Clear the Path and Robert Browning. Now that's if you use Ichacha and Dance King as line horses. Like I say, I believe he's better than that. He's got a great draw. He's going to strip fitter. A little bit of doubt over the 1700, but from what I saw, I think it's not going to because of his relation. You know, he's a top class sprinter, William Robertson. Yeah, you got him on the other end going 1700.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to win his races. I loved his stride. I thought he's going to appreciate the longer running over here. So he was nearly my banker. Now, Clyde, you can see that Robert Browning is actually held on paper. But I made him the biggest danger to Dylan's Champ. I think he's going to reverse the form with Clear the Path. You know why? Last time out, he had a tricky draw to contend with. He was left with no cover on the outside. He was exposed. And, you know, at the top of the straight, he was set to light already. And he had to come up. He had to be found wanting in the latter stages just because of what he experienced during the running of that race. I think with a more patient ride, both of them are going to strip fitter, but I think he's got a chance of reversing that form.
Let's just talk about Mega Hit.
Yeah, Mega Hit.
That form line's very good.
I don't know about very good.
Well,
yes,
I mean,
it has
two
been
straight
franked.
winners from there. Two straight winners.
But I watched him. In my opinion, he needs one more run. He was all over the pace. He was very green. Yes, he could love the step up in trip, and he could pose a threat over here. If you're going to go wide, I'd certainly include numbers 1 and 9.
Okay.
But I just would have loved one more run under his belt.
But you're quite keen on Dylan's Champ by the sounds of things.
Yes, I was nearly bankering Dylan's
All right,
Champ.
well, there's Daryl's jackpot. 4 and 5 by 247 by 2346 by 146. All right, let's get into this 1100. It's race 5. What a Tiger tops the boards at 5 to 1. Number 2 on the card. 4 the Navy Lark 5 to 1. And 8 King of Venus 5 to 1. Market's got it as an open race. 7 to 1 coming in hot. 7 to 1 1 and all. 8 to 1 and better about the rest. Does appear on paper, well, if a snapshot of the market's ending to go by, to be open. Quite a few can win this event. Well, What a Tiger, we've decided to show you that rerun of its last start, which we were quite impressed. So we'll have a look at it again, and you'll see how this horse picks it up the outside. It does win well, Daryl.
Yeah, he's in the hands of Clyde. And if you watch this race over 1,000 meters, you can see that towards the end, he was going away from them. So I believe the extra 100 meters is certainly going to be in his favor. Right down the inside is Mr. Terry's horse, King of Venus. In the blue towards the outside is the Navy Lock, and in between them is the Hollywood Syndicate horse, Sakala Istratulo. So,
well, he seemed to have their
from
number,
what you
didn't
saw
he?
over there, Clyde, do you think any of those can reverse
No,
the
I
form
think he had their
despite the
number.
turnaround?
On that rerun, he had their number.
He had their number.
Yep.
He was gaining away towards the end, and he won with a lot in hand.
Quite right.
So I think he can certainly confirm that form with those that he bumps again. Yeah, and Strike is actually unbeaten on this son of What a Winter, Clyde. He's in good form. Then in my pick 6, I went 3 runners. My second pick is the Street Pettigrew trained number 7, One and All. Now, Clyde, I would have loved this to be at 1,200, but it's not. It's 1,100. He's coming back from a short rest, so maybe he's going to race fresh. And I'm hoping he's not too far out of his ground going through midway. Clyde, this horse has done absolutely nothing wrong in his last 2 starts. And those were since returning from a rest and gelding. Second and a first. Last time out, it wasn't the best of fields, yes, but he put them to bed convincingly. He's having his handicap debut. Surely we haven't seen the best of him yet. He's lightly raced. I mean, he's only having 6 starts. Clyde, this horse, if you can just latch onto the pace and be thereabouts, I think he could run them down. And I think he's can win his races. And then the Navy Lock is my third choice. Gavin Lorena from Acclaiming Apprentice. I mean, nobody's riding better than Gavin at the moment. The one draw, if the pace is towards the, if the best going is towards the inside, there's going to be a lot in his favor, in her favor.
Yeah.
So yes, in order, Clyde, I am going. Well, I don't know. 2,
I think
7.
you're going to go 1 and all as your first choice. By the
Okay, let's
sounds
go.
of it.
Let's go for 1 and
I
all.
could just pick up that you've picked up something about 1 and all, and you've rated this horse. So maybe he does go back to back the 7. But 2, 4, 7's the safe play in the jackpot. By 2, 3, 4, 6. By 1, 4, 6. By 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Betway Summer Cup Handicap. This is a reminder about the Betway Summer Cup. If you haven't booked your ticket, do so on 011 681 1796. It's going to be a super day's racing. The Summer Cup is the last Saturday of November. Let's take a look at this race, number 6 on the card at the Vaal over the mile. And the betting from Betway's perspective is the Champion Warrior is 5-2. I'm not sure that price is going to last too long. I'll ask Daryl what he thinks. 3 Deception Pass 28-10. 6 Parisian Walkway 28-10. And 1 Brave Viking 6-1. 7-1 and better about the others. Now this horse was very, very impressive when watching him win last time. There's something special about this horse, I think. Do you?
Clyde, there was something special about this horse when he won his first 2 starts. Then he just lost the plot. He's always been a beautiful looking son of Twice Over. I mean, he ran like he looked going to post last night. He was never in doubt, travelled sweetly throughout, got the job done easier than what the margins suggest. So yes, we can see him backing it up with another victory. Maybe the penny has dropped now. It's got a little bit of confidence behind him now. So yes, he can go back to back. I like his chances a lot. But he's taking on some improving sorts of here. Deception Pass. I mean, his last 2 starts, one easing up on both occasions. Last time up the Vaal Straight, he disposed of Shinto Shrine effortlessly, going up in the handicap. But who says he can't notch up that hat-trick, Clyde? I mean, he's in great form. Shinto Shrine's no pushover, and he made him look average on that occasion.
Sure.
And he was actually being backed up fairly soon after his Greyville stint, his raid.
And run for cover and Rock of Bismantover Cape to
Yeah.
win from there. So it's
you,
quite solid.
You can't
that
take
form,
his
no?
chances lightly over here. Parisian Walkway, Clyde, this was in his second start, took a tug up the Vaal Straight, and he still got the job done. Then yes, he was disappointing in his penultimate start, but last time out in graded company, he wasn't disgraced. Now he's been rested, given some time off. He's making his handicap debut. Who says he's not better than his current
Sure.
mark?
And they look for Gavin Lorena to ride him.
Yeah.
Alec Laird, and they interviewed Alec Laird, and he did say, Johnny, I think, spoke to him, and he did say that he's stable because they were all form, remember, for quite a while. And he said there was a bug that's been going around.
Yeah.
But they're over that. We saw him on the weekend with the winner as well.
Yeah.
So
the floodgates are going to open, Clyde. And then if you're going wider, I know a lot of people are tired of him, but Hawkbull, I think up the Vaal Straight's going to suit him. Being back at the Vaal is going to suit him. And right down to an 86, Clyde, if there is going to be upsets in this pack, in the what's it, the apple cart? It's going to be him. Yeah, but Clyde, I actually make this a very, very difficult race.
yeah.
Would I be surprised to see Champion Warrior romp again? Absolutely not.
Yeah, well, let's see how good he is today, Champion Warrior, on Thursday. He's got a few in the race that he's got to pay attention to, and Daryl's put all of them in his pick 3, 2, 3, 4, 6, by 1, 4, 6, by 2, 4, 9. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at our penultimate event of the card. It's race 7. It's a divided handicap, and they're going 1,800 metres. We're going to have a look at One Religion in a moment. We'll show you that last start. Quite impressed the way the horse won, the way the horse moves. It's 2-1 favourite for the Thursday meet. Second choice, number 3, Ariel's Jets, priced up at 5-2. Third choice is number 2, I Am Regal, who's at 33-10. And number 1, Say It With Roses, is priced up at 5-1. Here's a look at One Religion's last start. Let's have a look at it, and Daryl can talk us through it. And it's down the far left-hand side in the Moor colours, the hoop, brown and white hoop sleeves. Nice action, eh?
Yeah, Clyde, but I thought this replay was a nice one to pull up because the filly in second is Have a Party, and she's the favourite in the last race. But you can see One Religion turned into the straight stone last on the inside track and quickened away from them beautifully. Look how she won over there.
Yeah, drawing away now.
Lovely victory, Clyde.
Yeah.
And you know, the filly back in third was expected to go very close. She's a nice improving filly, trained by Tony Peter. I don't know if she saw at the distance though. But you know what, Clyde? One Religion was put away. She's a daughter by Silvano, and we know that they only improve with time generally and get better with racing.
Sure.
And I think that rested the world of good. She came back with a very decent effort, running second. Then she moved up slightly in her penultimate start, just tired late. Then last time I'd given a chance, she won effortlessly. So now I think now she's in a good space, Clyde.
Yeah.
Although she did pick up a bit of a penalty, I don't think that's going to prove a problem over here. I like the fact that she's drawn out wide. They're going to adopt similar tactics, let her just put her to bed at the back of the field.
Yeah.
And she can pick them up. I think she can go back to back. Clyde, but you know who I make her biggest danger? Is a stable companion. Vision of Peace. Now, last time out, if you recall that race, Volkanite, the winner, was on her bicycle from the jump. She was returning from a layoff. She was never in contention, Clyde. The winner won by 4 lengths. She got beat 6 lengths. She was only 2 lengths off the second place runner. In her penultimate start, Mr. Magno put her in the grade 1 Taquini. He obviously rates this filly highly.
Sure.
If she was in need of that start, she's going to strip fitter. She's got a 1 draw. Raymond knows her well. I think this filly is going to pose a huge problem to her stable companion. I expect them to fight it out.
You know what price Vision of Peace is at the moment?
She's at the bottom of the boards. I can't believe it.
14 to 1 that you've picked up on.
There's fillies that just finished ahead of her. Both have placed in their next start. So I like the coupling of here. Number 4 and 6 to fight it out. Respect for the 1, although she's held. I think she is better than her last start.
Okay. Daryl may have spotted a bit of a shrewdie, although One Religion is the one to beat. And Vision of Peace, who's currently at 2 to 1 a place. Not for long. Okay, we're on to the last race now at the Vaal. Hopefully you've had a good day thus far. The last one, we can see how we can get some money, and this is a handicap fillies and mares that's run over the 1,800 metres. This point in time, when we record the show on the Wednesday morning, there are 12 horses lining up. Not sure if anything's been taken out, just pay close attention to that. Well, the betting for the last race on the card, Betway have got this horse, Have a Party number 9 as favourite at 2 to 1. Second choice, One Play with Fire, 5 to 1. Quite a few of them at 5s, like 3 Sneak Preview and 4 Stormy Sunday, 6 to 1, 6 Party Punch. This horse, Tia Tarate, is priced up. What price is this horse? 8 to 1, number 2, Tia Tarate. We're going to show you this horse's last start when running 4th. And you can ask the question why we chose this race. And this was stronger company, you said, Daryl.
In my mind, much stronger, Clyde. Up front is the Aga Sanction. He franked that form by winning again. Next to her is Diesel Shadow. And then Master TikTok. This was in open company for Shumi and Ari. I mean, Clyde, she was far, far from disgraced. She stayed on all the way to the line, not beaten far. A fair effort.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Clyde, have a look at this now. Now, the current favourite, right, is Have a Party.
Yes.
At 2 to 1.
Yeah.
And
Teo
Toriati is at 8.5 to 1.
Correct.
Go back to the Demover run. Now, I know that was over 2,400 meters, but the fact of the matter is Teo Toriati beat Have a Party by 6 lengths and is only half a kilogram worse off.
Okay.
Now, Have a Party, yes, she improved with the blinkers and she's got no weight to shoulder. She's well drawn, but usually she comes out slow. She needs to hold that good position from a neat draw. If she bounces well, I do believe she's got a strong winning chance. But strictly on paper, Teo Toriati has to be the value in the race.
Yeah.
Has to be the value.
Yeah.
So I'm going each way. Teo Toriati, 8.5 to 1. Cover my money with the place. If you want to go wider, I mean, it is a fillies and mares handicap. Stormy Sunday won extremely well last time out. Party Punch is in form.
There'll be quite a few after that, wouldn't there?
But you know what? I think Teo will be thereabouts. Let's hope we get a run for our money.
All right, 8 to 1 the win or thereabouts, 16 to 10 a place the day before with this horse number 2, Teo Toriate. And that's from Daryl Marie, who's back in form. Thanks for watching Betway's Way to the Win. We look forward to the weekend. There's some big international racing going on, as you all know, and we'll talk about that when we catch up later. Thanks, everybody.